The sacral spine consists of a single bone, the sacrum. It consists of 5 fused vertebrae. It is triangular, with the apex pointing downward. The sacrum has a concave, smooth pelvic surface. It also has a dorsal surface. Since the sacrum is triangle-shaped, it has a base and apex and 2 lateral parts. On the inner surface, we see the most protruding point, the promontory. Watch more videos in the Easy Anatomy app. With Easy Anatomy, you can learn much easier and faster. We provide a comprehensive video library, related PDF notes, and atlas sections with engaging flashcards. Download Easy Anatomy from the link in the description. We can also see transverse lines, a junction of the bodies of the sacral vertebrae. On the sides of the transverse lines are the anterior sacral foramina, through which the anterior branches of the spinal nerves and vessels pass. On the dorsal surface, we see several ridges. In the middle is the unpaired medial sacral ridge. It results from the fusion of the spinous processes of the vertebrae. Next is the paired intermediate sacral crest, a consequence of the fusion of the articular processes. We can infer this from the superior articular process, which is necessary for articulation with the 5th lumbar vertebra. More laterally is the lateral sacral crest, the result of the displacement of the transverse processes. Between the intermediate and lateral crest are the posterior sacral foramina. The posterior branches of the spinal nerves pass through them. At the base of the dorsal side, we see the entrance to the sacral canal. At the entrance, it has a rounded shape, but in the downward direction it flattens, and at the exit, it has the shape of a slit sacral hiatus. The slit is bounded on both sides by the sacral horns, which are reduced inferior articular processes and are the junction point of the same horns on the coccyx. On the lateral parts, we can see the wings of the sacral apex, and on the dorsal side, the sacral tuberosity and the auricular surface. The coccyx is a single fused bone. It is triangular, with the apex pointing downward.